Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Today we are going to learn about 15.4 in this video, right? Pressure due to gases. In this chapter, we are going to learn about the pressure. It has been given by the gases, right? Normally, gas is made up of particles, right? And there are two types of or if you consider the particle nature of the particles of the gases, right? The mobility of the particle, which is exist as gas, right, is going to be very high, right? Very rapid movement is going to be there. We'll discuss this in your next year, inshallah, how it's going to be, right? Very rapid movement, very quick movement, very fast movement, right? Around a gaseous particle is going to have around 5 kilometer per second of velocity, 5 kilometer per second, which means a gaseous particle can travel from Tihari to Yakkala in 1 second, right? 5 kilometers per second, right? That much of velocity is there in a particle of gas, right? Now if you consider the particles of gas as a column, right? If you consider the particles of gas in the atmosphere, you consider it as a column, and your head is at the bottom of the column, right? Then how the pressure is going to exert on your head? You know, if you need a pressure, to get a pressure, there should be a force. There should be a force which has been applied in a area of a surface, right? We'll forget this. The very basic part, right? It should be the force. Without a force, no pressure is going to be there. Or in other words, we can say, if a force is there, the pressure is going to be felt by the surface, right? Therefore, the force is the very important part of the pressure. Now think about here. Now this head is going to be feel the air which exists on the head, not from the head to the sky, right? Nearby the head, right? If you consider the nearby the head, the particles which exist on the head, right, is going to have a weight. Due to the weight of the particles of air or the gas, right, itself it's going to give a pressure on the head, right? Because it has a weight. Weight means it's a type of force, right? The force is there, the area is there, then the pressure is going to be felt by the air column, right? This pressure is going to depend on the depth, right? If you are in the deeper place, then the pressure is going to be high. If you are in upper place, then the pressure is going to be less, right? But since if you consider the particles inside the gas, these particles are mobile, right? Due to the mobility, there will be some collisions made by the particles on the head, right? This is not due to the weight, right? This is due to the mobility or the kinetic energy which exists in the, right? We'll discuss about the kinetic energy, inshallah, right? The particles has a mobility. By the mobility, there will be a force. For an example, you keep this chalk on your hand, right? Now, due to the weight, I am feeling a pressure here, right? If I throw this chalk on my hand, right, I am feeling not only the pressure that I felt earlier by the weight of the chalk, at the same time I am feeling the energy which has been given, or the force which has been given by the mobility of the chalk on my hand. Okay, right? Therefore, the movement of the particles also going to give the the force on our head, right? Therefore, if we are considering the gas, when we consider the gas, the gaseous pressure, right, we can feel, or we can consider two types of gaseous pressure, or the pressure due to the gas, right? The first type is like the liquid, the column, and by the column the weight is going to give you the pressure, right? The second thing, by the mobility of the particle, due to the mobility of the particle, we can feel a pressure, right? Since in this situation, in this chapter 15.4, we are not going to discuss about that much about the movement of the particles, right? This is what you should know, right? There is a pressure due to the movement of the particles, right? It's enough. Now we are going to consider about the column, right? Due to the column, there will be a gaseous the pressure. Okay, due to that pressure, in a lower area, or the area which is nearby the sea, is going to be felt more pressure, and the area which is nearby, which are in the up countries, right, is going to feel less pressure, right? More pressure, less pressure is going to be there due to the height, right? Because due to the height, the people who are in the up country are in the up, right? Who in the the sea level, those who are in the bottom line, right? Therefore, bottom line mean more air column is going to be there than the people who are in the up country, right? Therefore, these are the two types of pressures that can be given by the gas. This is the first knowledge you are gaining in this chapter. The second one, the second knowledge, that there are some activities given in your book. Go through your book and you can see the activities, and you can clear more, get clear idea more about this pressure due to the gas, right? The second thing, the second part that you should know, that is atmospheric pressure, or how we can atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure means the pressure which has been given by the atmosphere. That's it. No long definitions for that, right? It's very clear and very simple. It's there in the definition, and the explanation is there in the the topic itself, right? Atmospheric pressure. The atmospheric pressure is the pressure that has been given by the atmosphere, right? Gas which is exist in the atmosphere, right? You know, the atmosphere is a collection of gases, right? Those gases are going to give a pressure on us. If you consider the atmospheric pressure in a standard value, in a normal sea level value, is going to be 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5 amount of Pascal. It's a normal value, very normal value, right? Now if what is the atmospheric pressure that I am feeling now is going to be nearby this value, right? And how we can measure this, that is the knowledge, the very main knowledge that you are going to gain here, right? This is very important, right? Using this phenomena, we can see many questions in the past paper, right? How we are calculating this, how we are measuring this, right? There are two types of the measuring system, or the machines, or the meters that we are using to measure the atmospheric pressure is given there in your book. The first one is barometer, right? No, sorry, only one is given there, that is barometer. In the barometer, you have two types of barometers given there in your book, right? The first barometer, the first type of barometer is mercury barometer. Look at your page number 73. Right, mercury barometer. The second one is aneroid barometer. Aneroid barometer and mercury barometer. Right, mercury barometer is measured due to some using some calculations. Right, in the aneroid barometer we are measuring the atmospheric pressure directly in the meter which is given there, or the calibration which is given there in the meter itself. Right, so how this is working, it's not in your syllabus, but very small introduction is given there in your book in page number 74. Right, if you look at the aneroid barometer, a cavity is given there. Right, due to the movement of the cavity, right, how it's moving, don't worry about it. If you can think, you think, that's good. Right, if you can search, you search, that's good. But I can't spend more time for this, which is not in your syllabus that much. Right, due to the cavity movement, right, the cavity is going to contract or stretched. Right, due to that, the indicator which has been connected to the cavity is going to move along the circular scale. The scale is given there. Right, due to that movement, the calibration already has been done with the known pressures. Right, due to that movement, right, we can measure, or we can find what is the pressure that exists in this situation and in the atmosphere. Right, then the atmospheric pressure which is measured in barometer, it's going to be the calculation. Right, it's a type of calculation. Right, by the calculation only we are measuring the pressure in the barometer, mercury barometer. Right, the structure or the setup of the mercury barometer is going to be like this. Right, this is very interesting, don't worry, you can understand very easily this. Right, the parts of the how we are making this mercury barometer. This is how we are going to make the mercury barometer. This mercury barometer is very expensive, very expensive, because the mercury is very expensive. Liquid mercury is very expensive. Right, and making a mercury barometer, it's not really easy. Right, it's going to be very expensive. There is a capillary tube, very small tube is going to be there. In that tube, right, normally the length of the tube, the test tube, or not the capillary tube, there is not that much of very small tube. A normal size tube is going to be there. Right, its length it's going to be 1 meter. Right, 1 meter length is going to be there. 1 meter length mean from the floor this much of length is going to be there. Right, if I am 2 meter length, right, my half is going to be there, going to be the length of the tube. Okay, the first how we are making this barometer is very easy. A tube and a vessel like this, a beaker like this is enough. It's enough. Right, using a beaker, if you have been given the mercury, you have to completely fill this mercury. Completely you have to fill. Right, once you filled up the mercury, right, you have to partially fill the beaker, right, by the mercury, and after filling the test tube, the tube, right, completely, you have to hold on by your thumb, and you will take that inside the beaker, right, which has been partially filled by the mercury. Right, once you take the top of the tube inside the mercury of the beaker, right, you have to leave your thumb. Right, then what is going to be happen, right, until it's come to the stability, right, the mercury level is going to come down, right, without leaving any air inside this. which means after doing this is going to be exist as vacuum. That is very important step that we have to make before we make this mercury barometer, right? This part should be vacuum, right? Without a vacuum we can't do this, right? Now how this is working, now think about this is mercury, here also you have mercury with a connection, right? Mercury with a connection. Now you think about this place and this place with the same horizontal level, what is the pressure exist in this point? That is going to be the atmospheric pressure. We normally denote it as pi, right? Symbol, not 22 divided by 7, right? We are just giving a symbol of pi, right? The pi or the atmospheric pressure that has been given from outside, right, is going to be the pressure that has been felt by this place, because this is the top of the surface, right? On the surface, right, only the pressure which has been given by the atmosphere is going to be felt. Unfortunately, this is the top of the liquid, right? Because of this, right, if you consider the same horizontal level in everywhere, the pressure is going to be equal. Therefore, right, the pressure which is here is going to be equal to this place. Did you get that? Right? The pressure which is here is going to be equal to this place, because that is in the same horizontal level. Previous video I told you, in the same horizontal level the pressure is going to be equal for a liquid, right? Now in this place atmospheric pressure, therefore this place also the atmospheric pressure is going to be there, or the value of the pressure that has been felt in this place is going to be very equal to the value of atmospheric pressure, right? But since you know the pressure which is here, is due to this column of liquid mercury, right? Then the mercury column is going to give the pressure here, right? At this point the pressure is equal to the pressure of mercury column, because this is vacuum. If the air is here, we have to consider the pressure which is given by the air as well, right? But no air is there, is vacuum, because of that nobody is there to give a pressure on the top of the liquid column, the mercury column. Then the mercury column itself is going to give the pressure on this point, right? But in another knowledge we gain, right, from that knowledge we said the atmospheric pressure here, the pressure which is here is what? H into rho of mercury into G. That is the pressure exerted here. That is why water column, by the liquid column, the mercury column, right? But since here the value is equal to this atmospheric pressure that has been gained by another type of knowledge, right? Then I am saying due to this the pressure here is pi, atmospheric pressure. Due to the liquid column I am saying the pressure here is H rho G. Since if you consider one point, there cannot be two pressures, right? You are saying, you are illustrating the value of the pressure using this knowledge as pi and using this knowledge as this, right? Since the both are in one point, right? Therefore, in a point there won't be two pressures, right? Then both the ideas should be the same. Therefore, this P and this P is going to be equal. Then we can say H rho m into G is going to be equal to the atmospheric pressure. right? Why we are using this barometer? To find the atmospheric pressure. Now we got the equation for atmospheric pressure. Then how you are going to find the atmospheric pressure? Using the height of the mercury column, right? In general, right? If you go through this, in general, I said to you, 1 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal is the atmospheric pressure. At that time, if you try to find the h for this equation, how far the mercury column is going to be raised, right, is the h is going to be equal to rho m, normally 13,400 I think, right, it's in your book, into 10, right? If you try to find this, the h is normally is going to be the value of 76 centimeter, right? We are saying this 76 mercury centimeter, Hg centimeter, right? The value of atmospheric pressure is going to be 76 centimeter Hg, or mercury centimeter, or centimeter of mercury. The height is going to be 76 centimeter mercury, right? This is how we are measuring the pressure of gases, right, using mercury barometer. Okay, 76 centimeter. If you take this to somewhere else, then the height is going to be there, right? Due to that place, you can find the height. From that height, substituting here, you can find the pressure. That's it. Very simple mathematical phenomena, right? This is how we are measuring the pressure, gaseous pressure or atmospheric pressure, right? The third part, the next part that you should know is the applications of the atmospheric pressure. I'll give you, I'll leave you to you, right, to learn it from 74 and 75th pages, right? It's very simple thing, and the activity is given there, right? You have to understand this. After school starts, I'll inshallah school start, or if I do any class in the online, right, inshallah directly in the live, right, inshallah I'll ask you what is the phenomena is given there, or what are the applications of the atmospheric pressure given there in the 74th page and 75th page to explain you, right? Okay, inshallah I'll wind up this part here. Inshallah in the next video you can learn about the flotation, which is very important part to understand the hydrostatic behavior of the fluid, right? Barakallahu feekum.